What's happening, YouTubers? It's your boy CB, and we are back for my favorite segment on the channel, Huddle Watch Alongs with Recruits. And for those of y'all that know me, you know what I got this smile on. That means we have a receiver on. We got a playmaker on the show today. 2026 four-star receiver Jaden Petite is one of the most explosive playmakers you will find regardless of class. A dual sport athlete that is just a beast at receiver. Everything you want from a wideout you see on his film. The separation, the ability to make contested catches, the ability to go up and get and high point the football, beating double teams, to have the athleticism after the catch, just a all-around weapon at wideout. But you don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear from the superstar himself, representing First Baptist Academy, one of the baddest playmakers, regardless of class. Dual sport athlete, Jaden Petite. How's it going, bro?
Going good. I'm just going good.
So catch us up real quick. Let us know how the season's been going for you so far. How's it going for you and the squad out there?
We're doing pretty well right now. We just won our last game, and we're on pace to doing good so far.
What was it like going into this year? Because obviously, you know you're going to be the target of every defense. You know, every defensive coordinator from Monday through Thursday is telling the DBs, hey, you got to find him. What was that mindset like coming into this year, knowing, okay, I'm going to get doubled, I'm going to have a safety over the top. It's just going to be a different game for me week to week.
Really just get open. I know coach has got a game plan for me, and I know our coach is going to put me in the right situation at all times. So I'm just really just go in there, go play, go get open.
How much did hooping? So we talked about a little bit in the intro. Fantastic hooper as well. How much do they bleed into each other, bro? Like, do some of the stuff you do on the court bleed into your receiver and vice versa?
Yeah, like moves like crossovers and all that stuff translate to releases and all that stuff. It corresponds. It correlates to each other. So yeah, it helps a lot.
I know you hit somebody with a hezzy move and DBs be like, bro, where he I ain't never seen. Did he just crossed me? He just hit me with a euro on a slant. DBs be like, bro, how do I stop that? I like though. I love anybody that is a multi-sport athlete because it expands your horizons and it gives you just other weapons and in your toolbox. You get to the line and you see a DB and you're not thinking like a receiver. You're just thinking like an athlete. Then you can pull. All right, look, I made somebody touch the court with this crossover last year. Let me see if I can do this to create a little separation. I like that they bleed to each other. And I also like any athlete that plays both. My father always said, play as much. And, if you love it, play them all. It gives you a different perspective on the game too. But I have to ask, as someone that has the offer sheet you do, and we're going to get into some of them, one of the most impressive offer sheets in this class, you got to practice. You got to do your work outside of football. I follow you on Twitter, bro. I know you work outside of what the school demands of you. So you doing that as well. You got homework. You got trying to be a brother, son, best friend, and still being a hooper. How is it balancing all that when there's visits, when there's the state championship, the goal? How does Jaden balance recruiting, hooping, and football?
Like I said, just like taking it one step at a time, and I know I got God's leading me the way, step by step every time, and my family helped me a lot throughout this whole process.
So when we talk about offers, I know people are like, all right, we in this long enough. I'm waiting for him to mention my school. We're going to get into some of these offers. If we got through all of them, his parents going to hate me. We can be here for 5 hours. But there's some of these that just jump off at you when you look at an offer sheet. Tennessee. So you were down there recently to check out a game. It's one of the most explosive, wide open offenses and receiver friendly offenses. What was it like that day you got that Tennessee offer? And what's that relationship with that staff?
Uh, I was really excited because I know like the offense, like you said, is receiver friendly. I was really excited to get their playmakers open and then give them the ball. So I was really excited for that. Got a pretty great relationship with the coaches, with Coach Highpool, Coach KJ, and Coach Kelsey, Coach Pope. So yeah, I really like that school too. I like all the schools I got, but I like their
What's
offense.
that atmosphere like, bro? Because we see it on TV. We see that looks like one of the most rowdiest, hyped home atmospheres you can see. SEC football at its finest. What's it like being there live and experiencing that atmosphere?
The atmosphere is hectic, real crazy. You know, everybody standing up, every single play, screaming. Their friends really into it. They're very passionate fans.
And that translates literally when you watching them from home. There's a few of those stadiums that you think of and you're like, man, that's one I'd love to just experience. Another one, the atmosphere at Clemson is special, especially at night. It just seems like you don't have to be a Clemson fan to appreciate the passion that fan base has. What's that experience like, getting to see that fan base and seeing another offense that's very receiver friendly, that's produced some of the best receivers, not just in college football, but in the NFL as well?
It was a really great experience for me, just like how Tennessee was. They also have very passionate fans, but like just getting that experience to like get to go up the hill and then like run around the fans and stuff like that. All of them cheering around, looking at recruits. It's real cool, real good experience.
That's one of those that, like I said, that's those bucket when college football fans have bucket list games. Like, man, I want to go to a Clemson game at night. Just seeing them run down the hill, the atmosphere, you get goosebumps at the crib watching that. So I could only imagine how explosive and dope that is, seeing that in person. So then we're gonna take it to the hometown state. We're gonna take it to Florida for a second. The Miami Hurricanes, the number one offense in college football right now. Cam Ward he's got his Heisman campaign rolling. Offense looks fantastic. Receivers are making plays week after week. We see Xavier Restrepo breaking records. What's it like seeing that offense do what it's doing, knowing that coaching staff probably told you before the season, hey, we're going to have an explosive offense. We're going to have the receivers working. How cool is it to see the Miami Hurricanes offense look like what I'm pretty sure the coaches told you it was going to look like?
You got to see the development and how dynamic their team was, and like seeing how good it is and how they got to put it together as a team and got to perform. And you can show you can see how they're doing it right now, and they're dominating right now. So,
what was it like the day you got that offer from Coach Cristobal and the Hurricanes?
I was at camp, so I was doing the camp stuff over there, doing camp drills, and then I got pulled to, and then I didn't know really what to expect to it. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect for it, but I got to talk to Coach Cristobal, and then I was real excited with that.
That's got to be one of the best ways to get an offer. You at the camp, you cooking, and they like, hold on, come here. Can we talk to you for a second? We know you got more reps to do, but just real quick, we have something official we need to do. How rewarding is that when you go to a camp knowing, all right, put my head down, do my work, going against some of the best in the state, but I trust my skills as well. How rewarding is that to know that not only is that paying off, it's paying off literally in real time?
Just like it gives you more motivation to put the more work in, because it's coming out, it's producing. So just like keep pushing forward, keep doing the work that you're doing. So
I love that. That's those little validations, right? It's been your goal for so long, and it's not like you're not gonna work hard without it. But there's those little landmark things that go, oh, like this is paying off. Like I'm on the right track. Staying up late studying, lifting early, doing a couple extra reps. These things are all paying off. Do you remember your very first one though? Like your very, very first offer that came through?
yeah, my very first offer was FAMU. So
What was that day like?
okay. So that day was like a great day for me. So we was playing in the state championship game, and then we won that. Yeah, we won that game, and then after I was in line shaking hands, and I got to talk to the coach after shaking hands, and then he told me, yeah, I had the offer from FAM. So yeah, real good day for me.
Bro, you have got some of the dopest offer stories possible. So you about to get a ring. You're on cloud 9, and then more good news. You get your first offer. Do you still get that same feeling too every time you get one, even though now the offer sheet is a scroll? Do you still get that same feeling when you got that first one from FAMU?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, every school is different. They all have different things to offer. So we always got to get that feeling. So it's a blessing every time.
I absolutely love that. And there's a couple SEC schools I want to mention before we get into the film because I know the comments are all right. We want to see them muscle somebody, but there, like we said, there's these little validation points in the recruiting process, right? When you start getting them SEC offers, it's like, okay, I knew I was him, but I ain't really be him out here. What was it like the day you got that offer from Auburn?
Auburn, it was it was cool. It was a cool day, like a normal school day for me. And then one of their guys that came in, pulled me out of class. Well, my coach pulled me out of class. Got to talk to the Auburn coach, and then yeah, and then that was just real exciting news for me.
If we could time travel and I can go back to 8th grade Jayden and I could tell you, bro, your junior year, your sophomore year, you about to have Hugh Freeze come pull you out of class. You're gonna have Mario Cristobal pull you out of a line at a camp to give you an offer. You're gonna have Clemson. You're gonna have Tennessee. You're gonna have Florida. What do you think 8th grade Jayden would have said to that?
I've probably been real excited, just paying off. So I'd be super excited.
I love that because sometimes there's that perspective, right? There's that. All right, I know my hard work is paying off. You put in the work. So when you get an offer, there also has to be some, okay, I earned that. Bro, you get up early, you stay late. These are all things you do to make this possible. It ain't luck, it's earned. There's also stepping back and going, man, when I was in the 7th grade, I was dreaming for an Auburn offer. I was dreaming for a Clemson offer. And then the hard work paying off is some of the coolest things to see because it's inspiring. There's other receivers in 8th grade running routes. After all his homeboys leave the park, he's still running routes thinking, man, but this going to lead to Clemson one day. So it's dope to see when you see somebody like yourself where it's like, yeah, it actually did lead to Clemson one day. It did lead to Tennessee. It did. All that work did pay off. And if all y'all are wondering, all right, if the work paid off, let me see what that work looked like. Before we get into this, I got to ask, what's your favorite restaurant, bro? Do you have one?
My favorite route to run, probably a post dig.
I got to ask why.
Well, I got to learn it at camp when I was up there in camp for the first time, and then like it creates so much separation from the DB, so I just really like that route.
I tell you why, because they're scared of you going deep. So he get the bailing, and you put that foot in the ground, and you got instant separation. But a play like this, I keep rewinding this for a reason. This is all effort. This is me versus you, and it's got to be me. It's also a lot of trust from your quarterback too.
Yeah.
Speak to the kind of trust you have from your guy, knowing, all right, I'm gonna put this thing up, and Jaden's gonna protect me.
Yeah, like our quarterback got a lot of trust in me, just knowing that I can go make plays and like in situations. So just like showing up in practice, doing the things you got to do in practice, just being consistent, just really help you during the game. So
that energy after a catch like this is everything too. What's the sideline like after a play like this, bro?
Screaming.
You see them. They turned up instantly. I absolutely love that. You love to see when a sideline turn up like that. But this here, for a guy that has the deep ball, the vertical threat, the ability to take the top off of any defense in front of him, also just putting the ball in your hands in space, absolute dynamic. How much do you love these plays too?
It gets to show like my play after the catch, my ability to go score in any situation, a slant, anything, I can go score off of it.
You feel like that's a bit underrated for a guy your size. And when you normally see a 6'4" receiver, you don't see him doing slot receiver things. This is a Wes Welker, you know what I'm saying, a slot receiver. You feel like that part of your game is a bit underrated because when they see your measurables, they assume a big receiver?
I'll say so a little bit. I mean, some coaches might not think I'll be able to go make plays after the catch and like might not have the speed or like elusiveness to break away, but like I have that going away just to go make plays after the catch. I can do all that stuff.
Another thing I love about your film is you do a little bit of everything. So we just saw literally 3 different plays. We saw you run the fade, we saw you run the jailbreak, and now we see you running the shallow cross, doing the work in between the hashes, doing a little bit of everything. To me, that tells me not just a student of the game, but someone who really puts in the work behind the scenes, being a crisp route runner. When do you feel like that became a real part of your game where you could run anything on the route tree and know you could get open?
Uh, just working in the off season with my trainer Jackson. So just help me with my footwork, my foot placement, all that. Just making that a big emphasis just helped me out, and then like me just implementing and practice and then getting more comfortable with it helped me just be a great route runner.
Go ahead and give a shout out to that receiver coach you work with. And also, I'd like you to quickly, for the young receivers out there who may think, yeah, footwork and all that, bro, I can get open. Speak to the importance of doing those little things. Obviously, just on God-given athleticism, you can get open. But I like that you still put in the work to learn the little things. How do I create a little bit of separation? Can my footwork be better? Can I be more explosive or smooth out of my breaks? Speak to the work you put in with that receiver coach and how big that is for the development of a receiver.
The work that I put in with that receiver coach, we really do everything. Really, we do foot placement, this, getting out the break. We do everything that pertains to football or even like just any sport in general, just to help me out, so that can correspond, help me. Like it really helped my game a lot. Made me have a big jump in route running and everything that I do. But I feel like having that small detail and stuff in your route running, you gotta have it. Cause like in games that you may not like push off or have that breakaway separation can lead to DB causing picks or just like not getting open at all. Just having that small little detail helps you out a lot throughout the way.
Then we go back to the very first thing we talked about when the film started, the trust, right? So if I'm throwing you a hitch and you lollygag on one of them, DB gets inside leverage, jumps that thing and takes it to the house. The next time they call that hitch, I got to think twice about throwing it that way.
Yeah.
Because it's that protection. Is he going to protect me? Is it going to be a completion or an incompletion? The reason I keep rewinding this, some stuff after the catch is God-given athleticism and work. Some of it is just that dog in you. This here different, bro. This a fullback in the open field. Did you used to play running back in the day, or the physical aspect of the game? Where does the love for being physical come from?
Man, just playing the sport, man. Just gotta bring it out.
And look, I know everyone's a competitor, right? These DBs didn't want no more after this. I know at some point we went back to the sideline and was like, all right, can they just start throwing him go balls now? Because this trying to tackle him in the open field is not the business. How much do you enjoy opposing your will on a DB as well?
Always, really, always just to show them like who they're working with, who they're playing against. So just shut them down early.
This here is everything and more you could ask from a receiver. So let's break this down. You got bump and run on you. Beautiful foot fire to create separation off the ball. And what I love too is you don't do too much. A lot of times, and you know what I mean by this, receivers do too much off the line. It be head, you get the cornerback leaning, and then you get him back on track because you done did one or too many moves. Foot fire, efficient, quick, boom. You done created instant separation. Now the Chris route, lean on him a little bit. That's that old school Michael Irvin slant to create more separation. The catch radius to go up there and get it, protect yourself, take the hit, first down. That's a quarterback's best friend, bro. You can't teach a slant better than this from the time the ball was snapped to the time the whistle was blown. That's absolutely flawless, bro. Absolutely flawless. And that's that attention to detail. That's the crispness. Everything about this was crisp, from the route running to everything, to going up and getting it and protecting yourself, taking the hit. Might as well hold on to it because you're going to take the hit regardless. This was just textbook. And for a big guy, I know you're gonna take this hit. You're gonna take this punch. That's why I asked you, did you play some running back or even in little league, did you just like being physical, bro?
I like to score. That's what I like to do. That's something.
You remember your first one? You remember your first touchdown or the first touchdown that you go, all right, I like this. Like I really, really like this.
I can't remember. I just know I just like scoring.
Hey, did you score that much in Little League, bro? When you didn't, you don't remember?
Man, I just had to in Little League. I just had to go do it. We won a lot of games in Little League, so.
And then this is football IQ, bro. Understanding my quarterback is scrambling. I need to find green grass. I need to present myself. Y'all have a fucking bond, clearly from what we see on film here. Do y'all have that point where he can look at you and you know exactly what he wants from you?
Yeah, for sure. Because
that's not fair.
Yeah,
that's not fair, dog. How a defense line up in the right defense and the right coverage, and then he could look over at you and y'all done beat it before the ball is snapped. You can't stop somebody who could telepathically talk to their receiver. After the catch is just, bro. Do your coach tell y'all if y'all get tackled by the first person you got to run? Like, it's what? Because the first person is never bringing you down at no point on this film.
Nah.
That tenacity different, bro. That's defensive lineman tenacity you got at receiver, dog. Then what I love here, bro, a receiver that put blocking on his highlights is my favorite person on the planet. Speak to the importance of being a good blocker when it comes to being an all-around receiver.
I mean, you really gotta know how to block. Depending if your teammate got screens or like you got a running back coming to your alley, just to give them another opportunity to score. Blocking helps you a lot, and it shows that you're well-rounded. You can do everything on the field.
See, now I'm understanding why the offer sheet is ridiculous. It's not just the film. It's everything in between. So when you get to talk to some of these receiver coaches, like Coach Kevin Beard at Miami, how much do you enjoy chopping up and breaking down not just film, but when it's a receiver coach like Coach Kevin Beard that's played the game? How much do you enjoy just being able to pick his brain when you get to talk to him?
I love talking to him. He helps me understand new things I haven't even thought about before. Just like certain releases and everything like that. Everything in between. He helped me learn a lot and helped me become a better player.
Hey, young receivers, anytime somebody tell you can't run a slant in the red zone when the corner has inside leverage on you, I would like to direct you to this release here. That's nasty, bro, because it's not supposed to work, Jaden. Like, they called the right defense. They knew he probably gonna run a slant. They shaded him inside. They literally did everything you were supposed to do, and you still made him pay. That a release like this, or the ability to get open no matter what is presented in front of you, that tells me that work you do outside of school, that work you do with a receiver coach, that translates on the field. Like, you're not just running routes with somebody to pass the time or to post a click on Twitter. These are things that you're actually taking and implementing. Do you remember the first thing someone taught you, whether it's a receiver coach, whether it's even a homeboy that was older than you, that you tried on the field and it worked?
I'll probably say like that separation that my trainer taught me, just like at the top of the break. Yeah, that helped me out a lot. Like I tried it one time, like just like that placement and got out the ball fast. Yeah, it helped me a lot. So,
do you remember the first time you tried a basketball move and it worked too?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember the first time because I was there's a game that like the release he kept pressing me inside, and then I was like, let me try. I thought about the move, and I was like, let me try this move. I hit him with a tween behind the back, and it worked. So like, it got me open, got me space.
So what that tells me too, Jaden, is you can process a bit faster than most people. So you get to the line, you're looking at coverage, you're seeing what they give you, and now your brain starts calculating. All right, what release do I need to do? Or do I need to give him a head fake? Do I need to give him a little foot fire? But this is happening in milliseconds. When did the game start slowing down for you? When you felt like you could process faster than the defense could react to you?
I would say just the work that I put in, like before season, off season, all that stuff. Really, just understanding the stuff that's been taught to me. Just really slowed the game down for me. That's what I feel like slowed the game down for me. Just helped me out a lot.
It's that moment had to be crazy. Were you were you on the field going, wait, am I moving faster? Are they moving slower? Or what? There's that light bulb moment when it's when the preparation and the talent meet each other and all that hard work come together, and then we get to see the 2026 four-star receiver that we get to see. But I love that anytime we've talked tonight, it's the work too. It's the work I put in behind the scenes. It's not nobody just rocks up and does Jaden Petite things. It's the work that gets put in. If you had to give any advice to a young receiver, a freshman receiver, or an eighth grade receiver that watches you and goes, "Man, I want to be like 3," what would be the advice you'd give to a young receiver?
Just to work, put in the work in the off season because not a lot of people are willing to stay consistent and keep doing it. Just keep.
I love, bruh. All right, so I know why. It's not just the tape as to why the offer sheet crazy. It's the mentality and what you have in between the ears. People of this podcast know I say this a lot, but you can't have a championship atmosphere. You can't build a championship roster without championship players. That starts with young men like a Jaden Petite. You put 20 Jaden Petites in a locker room, you're gonna win some trophies. You're gonna win some natties. You're gonna win some conferences because it's someone that cares just as much about the work as he does the results. At no point when I asked you about anything here did you go, because I like that. Hey, because I'm just it was because I put in the work, because I work with my receiver coach, because I break down film, because I study. That's how you build a championship culture. That's why A&M's knocking down the door. That's why Florida knocks down the door. That's why Miami knocks down the door. It's because you win a championship when you fill your roster with guys that, and ain't 100 Jaden Petites out there now. Don't get that twisted. It ain't 100 of y'all out there. That's why it's so important when you do find a young man like you that cares just as much about the work as the result. You get somebody like that in your locker room. That's how you change culture. That's how you win championships. That's how you put rings on fingers. It's also how you elevate everybody else. You start to elevate, and now somebody else on your team is getting looks too because someone then came and watched one of your games. Now your homeboy who plays safety got an offer that he wouldn't have gotten, but Syracuse came to see Jaden, and now they're going, bro, who is this guard? And now someone else then got an offer because you went off. Sometimes we don't even realize the hard work we're putting in doesn't just result in results for us, but it rises the tide for everybody around us as well. So continue being the hard worker that you are, bro. I know everybody else in that locker room loves it, and I can tell from the way you handle yourself. You're coached extremely well. But what I gotta ask is, on the hard days, Jaden, on the days when you tired, you sore, your legs hurting, your back hurting, and stayed up till 1 because you gotta study. What is that why that allows you to continue to get out of bed and go hard when your body's telling you it cannot no more? What is that why that keeps you pushing?
I'll say God. God gives me pushed me through everything, and He's gave me the ability to do it. So why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Because like
Love it.
to do it, so I gotta go do it. But I just
The
said,
way you approach that type of mentality, that the ability to look at it and go, all right, why not do it? God gave me these natural abilities. I need to put in the work. I'd throw it away if I didn't. But that's a very mature way of looking at and looking at sports, being a young man. That starts at home. That's not something you learn on a football field. Jaden Petite had that inside of him the first time he strapped on a helmet. Speak to where that comes from and that grounded mentality you have, bro.
I just say the people around me, like my family, my dad, my mom. Everybody in my family, my cousin, my trainer, just helped me, building me. My coach too, my coaches too, building me into a young man that they want me to be and how God wants me to be. So
I love that. And I love that you allow them to do that. Because a lot of times it's easy to go, hey man, I got this. Don't tell me to shade inside. I 1,000 yards last year. Leave me alone. But I love that you give them the grace. You still give them the grace so that they can tell you, hey, bro, you was running a little slow on that. Hey, you should have broke that tackle. I know you had 11 catches, but it should have been 13. I love that you still give them the grace to coach you. And because we can't get better in this game without taking a little bit of coaching. That also shows these college coaches. That shows Michigan. That shows Miami. That shows Florida. That shows Florida State. That shows Bama. He's coachable, and he's been coachable his entire life. That's why the offer sheet is crazy. That's why you're gonna be on a yacht somewhere in your late 30s, kicking back, going, all right, now I can be Jaden. Now I can chill, bro. I wish you nothing but good health and success for the rest of this season. After next year, so we watched 3 weeks tonight. So for those of you on the chat that's like, I want to see more. First off, huddle link is in the description. All you got to do is click it. There's DBs you're going to want to see him go against. They break him down from game to game. So if you're looking at somebody they play and go, oh, wait, Petite played against him, you can go watch that. They're going to be in the description. Click it, go straight to his huddle. But at the end of the year, when you get your full tape, we're going to have you back on so we can watch the full tape and we can sit back and watch an explosive season. But until then, I wish you nothing but good health and success, and let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter, because I know the football fans are going to be lighting up my DMs asking for your social media after watching this. So let them know where they can follow you.
all right, my Instagram is JP3TIT, and for my Twitter is Jaden Petite 12.
Go follow bro right now. Do not wait until y'all see me post a highlight and go, oh yeah, CB, what's this? Go follow him right now. And for those of you, if your school was not mentioned, it's just because I can't keep the young man here for 3 hours. I promise you the school is interested in him as well. So for those of y'all in the chat that's wondering, all those links are going to be in the description. His Instagram, his Twitter, all you got to do is click them. Go follow him. Do not wait until y'all see him go off again and then y'all blow up my DMs. I'm going to refer y'all to this video. Jaden, thank you so much for coming on, bro. Again, I wish you nothing but good health and success this year. I think I speak for every fan base in the comments, for every fan base around the country. We all hope we land you. But wherever you go, I know you're going to have nothing but success at the next level and then the level after that as well.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe. Go follow him right now. Do not wait and start blowing me up. We out.